My daughter Laura is friends with Jenny and Ryan, and Daisy and Toby obviously, and she said to me that they needed to raise 20,000 for an extension for Toby to have his bedroom and bathroom downstairs. So I said, okay, I'll do it.
Toby was born with a condition called tuberous sclerosis, which meant he had tumours on his heart and his brain. The ones on his heart have regressed and left a slight heart problem, so he's on heart medication. And the epilepsy is caused by the deformity of the brain, and that's quite uncontrollable, to be honest, so he's on quite a lot of medicine for that. Unable to walk, which makes things quite difficult.
He has to be carried upstairs to his bedroom, and he was getting very heavy and big, and they were worried that they might fall downstairs or he might fit on the way up. Once we had a lot of people on board, everybody started phoning me and saying, I'll do a run, I'll do a mud run, I'll do this, I'll do that. And in the end, the money kept coming in and we raised a lot more than the 20,000.
It's just heartwarming, really, to know that someone out there wants to help you so much, yet she didn't really know us. So she's just amazing.
I work in the lighting department, and that particular day I was pat testing in one of the dressing rooms. Normal day, went back to work after lunch, sat in my chair. The next thing I know, I wake up a week later in hospital.
I saw these chaps, these three chaps, launch into action, tear his t-shirt, shout at him to try and wake him up and just do what they knew they had to do.
That initial diagnosis was the difficult bit for me anyway, was just to be sure that this was a heart attack, because you don't want to start that procedure when it's not.
We started CPR, which is what we've been trained to do for first aiders. We had to do shocks to Justin. We had to give him mouth-to-mouth. We had to do chest compressions.
I was in hospital for only 2 weeks, and I had a very speedy recovery, and that was all thanks to their fast actions.
When the paramedic said, we've got a regular heartbeat, that was the most amazing feeling ever.
He is miraculously back with us working today. He'll be with us throughout the panto that's coming up. He's walking around like nothing ever happened.
I first met Natalia in January this year, which was just weeks after she'd lost her daughter, Elizabeth. Elizabeth had what appeared to be a common cold, and they'd been out visiting Santa, had a lovely day, but she started feeling very unwell. But by the next morning, Natalia was taking her to Cheltenham Hospital, and from there she was transferred to Bristol Children's Hospital. And what she had is a very rare autoimmune condition called HLH, and it basically caused her body to go into septic shock and her organs to start shutting down. So just 18 days later, Elizabeth sadly lost her battle, and Natalia had to turn off her life support machine. Natalia was obviously grieving very heavily for her daughter, and had gone down to the beach. She felt comforted by being somewhere where she'd been with Elizabeth and somewhere Elizabeth loved to go. So she had this idea just 2 weeks after Elizabeth's death that she would take on a coastal walk and walk 6,000 miles for the Grand Appeal, the Bristol Children's Hospital charity. Natalia is now 3/4 of the way round her 6,000-mile trip, so she's done about 4,500 miles, and she has already hit her £100,000 target, which is just incredible.